Hello there, Brick Fanatics! It's here! Finally, the one you've been waiting for, a LEGO Super Mario set which is small, compact, affordable, display-worthy, and crucially which has absolutely no connectivity whatsoever with the disgusting LEGO Mario Furby. Because, yeah, what else are you going to call it but a LEGO Mario Furby? It does all the things a Furby does, but in LEGO Mario form, and they've not exactly proven universally popular among LEGO fans. A lot of people have been wishing for a while now that the LEGO group would simply ditch this LEGO Mario Furby and give us the minifigures that we all wanted from the start, but you don't necessarily get everything you want. Even the larger, very interesting direct-to-consumer LEGO Nintendo sets have featured some kind of connectivity with LEGO Mario up to this point, but now, finally, there is nothing that you can do with this Piranha Plant that will make him say anything special, beyond the normal weird stuff that he says. See you later. It does feel like something of a relief to look at the Piranha Plant and just take it as a set in its own right. Not having to worry about the app, or not having to worry about any of the additional extra connectivity, but just taking it for what it is. And it's good. It's not perfect, but it is good. There are some unfortunate flaws which do make it less than an entirely perfect LEGO set. But it's just nice to have something which doesn't faff about or say wahoo at you every 5 seconds. Obviously, connectivity for bigger sets like the Nintendo Entertainment System or the question mark block are limited compared with the significantly more interactive various different LEGO Mario sets that are available. But with these bigger sets, there's always the issue of the price point and the fact that they're not as accessible as some smaller sets. So LEGO Mario fans have been for a while now hoping for something that can be displayed that doesn't have a 3-figure price tag. And this certainly fits in that category. It's small, it's compact, it's a nice little build, it's not going to take you forever to put together, and it'll sit on your desk nicely without emptying your wallet in the process. Which is convenient because it kind of has a feature where it can work a little bit like a money bank. That was the coins falling out. I mean, it's not going to work great as a money bank because there's really only room for these two coin elements that come with the set. But at the same time, they're nice, and it's fun to plop them in the little slot in the back, which is down there, and then press the back of the thing to shoot them out of the bottom. It's fun. In terms of the build experience, it actually feels quite a lot like putting together a botanicals set, because you start with the pot at the bottom, which is of course a warp pipe for the Mario set, but in this case, like, it's the same kind of thing. It's a pot, and then you build the stalk, and then you put the flower on the top. And so it feels very, it feels very similar to that in a lot of ways. And you could definitely see this as an extension and a slightly more whimsical addition to the Botanical Collection, should you so choose. Where this differs from the Botanical Collection is in its probably largest flaw, which is that it is quite chunky. Of course, it needs to be chunky in order to accurately capture a Piranha Plant from a Super Mario game, where, especially in early games, these were designed to be as big and blocky as possible so that they could be seen on the screen, and indeed so that they could work around the sprite limitations of the Nintendo Entertainment System, which is a console that could only really do very, very blocky. And as such, the character has a design which feels very chunky, and it's got this big, very bulbous head and these large outstretched little leaves, and a fairly thick stem compared with a Botanical Collection set. And all of this has the effect of making this entire thing tremendously top heavy. So if you're hoping to get a lot of good interesting poses out of this thing, you're not going to manage it, because it's just going to flop on you. Do you see? It's just... It just kind of, it tips. And what's worse is when it's on a table and you try and put it down, it will just fall. It will just sink. So you need to get it into exactly the right place and hold it there, because otherwise, just through its sheer weight alone, it's going to topple over and it's going to potentially break, and you're going to have to put it back together, which is a bit of a pain, because it feels like the kind of set that you should be able to pose and get into a nice position the way that you want it to be, but it's just too heavy on the top and it just leans, and it's not particularly stable, even though it's got this very, very solid base warp pipe. That is its biggest flaw. And in terms of big flaws, that's not the worst thing in the world. It does get in the way of its displayability because it gives it a limited number of positions that you can kind of arrange it in on a shelf. But beyond that, you're really not going to run into anything else too egregious with this set. It's fine. Perhaps the other downside is that it is fine. Like, the central mechanic of popping out coins is fun and all, but it doesn't last particularly long. It wears thin fairly quickly. And perhaps the loss of that connectivity with other Super Mario sets does mean that there's less of kind of a staying power to this set. It is very much a build it, put it on your shelf, ignore it, forget about it kind of build. And that's fine because that's what some people want, but certainly for younger fans or for those who enjoy the play aspects of the LEGO Super Mario range, this is probably not going to hold their attention as much as some of the other sets that are available. For people who do not like the LEGO Super Mario range and all of its weird connectivity and all of its jumping Mario through hoops and its attempt to kind of make a play experience out of LEGO beyond just the logical play experience of letting you play with LEGO, it's great. It's exactly what you want. It's one of those sets where you need to bear in mind the target audience. The target audience for this set is someone who wants a display piece that they don't have to touch ever, because basically if you touch it, it's going to fall over. It is interesting, though, to ponder about what could be coming in the near future for LEGO Mario and LEGO Nintendo in general. So this set is the first to release that does not have connectivity with horrible Furby Mario, but it's not the only thing on the horizon that ignores this and instead gives us what we've really always wanted from LEGO and Nintendo, which is minifigures. We've got the Animal Crossing LEGO sets coming in March of 2024, and they look like exactly what anybody could ever have possibly asked for from a LEGO Nintendo collaboration. It's perfect. It's exactly what people want. To that end, one has to wonder what the wider, more deliberate context might be around deciding not to include one of those little tiles on the Piranha Plant to make Mario wahoo when he hits it on the top or whatever. Considering this thing's lack of connectivity with horrible Furby LEGO Mario, one has to assume that there's a reason for that, and the reason could be something as relatively simple as the LEGO group simply recognises that not everybody wants to have to deal with horrible Furby LEGO Mario, but the reason could be, and it's hard not to just get your hopes up a little bit about this, but the reason could be that maybe 2024 will bring us something different for LEGO Mario, something more akin to what we've actually been asking for from the start. I'm not even going to be specific about what I mean for fear of jinxing it, but you know what I mean. Either way, as a first set that ignores horrible Furby LEGO Mario, this is a cracker. It's pretty good. It is not perfect, it has weight and balance issues, but the weight and balance issues are significantly easier to deal with than having to download an app before you're even able to put together a Mario set. Physical instruction booklet, mwah, I could kiss you. And I just have. And yes, a lot of the selling points for this particular set have been available in those other larger LEGO Mario sets in the past. But the fact that this one comes in at a price point that is significantly easier to afford and a lot more accessible for a lot more people, it's likely that the Piranha Plant here is going to be the gateway drug for a lot of people exploring LEGO Mario for the first time. Because these sets have always been more about play and less about display, and this set is definitely more aimed at people who like to put something on display but who don't want to spend several £100s to do so. That then is all you really need to know about the LEGO Piranha Plant. It is small, it is affordable, it is a display piece, and for many, many, many LEGO Mario fans, that's all we've been asking for. So, it's great. Thank you very much for watching. If the Piranha Plant has taken your fancy, or if there's any other LEGO set you intend on buying in the near future, then make sure that you use our QR code or the affiliate link that is down in the description to head to the LEGO website. Doing so gives us a little bit of a kickback when you make a purchase. Make sure that you also give this video a thumbs up, make sure that you leave a comment, make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell. You know all of these things. Make sure that you have a lovely day, and make sure that you have fun building LEGO in the near future.